Hey guys, back from my little hiatus for the past week and a half or so. Wasn't living on the lam, wasn't doing anything kind of crazy, just kind of busy with other shit. But wanted to get you guys another video here on some Super Bowl props on betting. Real quick, we went 4-2 on the picks given out from the video from the last NFL video. That brings us up to 20-8, plus a little north of 10 units or so. For all the plays we've given you out during the NFL playoffs. I would hope the Super Bowl is no different as it relates to the winners go. But I want to mention real quick before I dive into some bets I like, and I got 5 bets I'm going to give you in this video. Super Bowl's one game. Okay, I think everybody all the time feels like they need to invest so much in this one game. They need to bet, so much more, so much outside their means. And the long short of what I'm going to explain to you guys is it's one game. Don't go crazy with the bankroll. Don't do anything nuts. I'm going to be watching a few college basketball games earlier in the day. Probably have more money on those than I will on the Super Bowl itself. Not even lying. It's one game. It's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. Most of you guys will probably be at families or friends, or with your degenerates, or with your ex-boyfriends, whoever you're going to be with. It's have fun, enjoy the game, and make sure you're betting. You're betting within your means. So at the end of the game, whether you won or lost, you don't have an upset stomach. You're not feeling like shit. Regret settles in as well. Tilt will come in. You start looking to bet women's tennis at 1 in the morning on Super Bowl Sunday. Just don't be silly. Stay within your means, and look, bet the 5 bets I'm about to give you. All right, so that's my little life lesson for the Super Bowl. Stay within your means. Super Bowl bet number 1 that I like here. Again, I'm going to go through these like the prices. Going to go through them as quick as I can. Ultimately, I want to get you guys the bets, and then we can all move on. Todd Gurley to score a touchdown, minus 125. Now, I see this as minus 125. I have a few different books that I use, trying to get my best number. Minus 125 is the best number I see. You might be able to see a number similar to that, but I would, again, play the best number. I don't really like this anything above 135, 140, but 125 to me is a strong number for Gurley. Price is wildly low. Guy scored in 3 straight games. I get it. Everybody's drinking this fat C.J. Anderson Kool-Aid. I'm not on it. I'm not on it at all. Todd Gurley's the guy they paid in the offseason. Don't get me wrong. C.J. Anderson's been a great little bowling ball for them up the middle for 5 or 6 yards a pop. But Gurley's the reason why they're here. Gurley had a tremendous season. Had a little bit of a lingering injury late. Maybe still lingering him a bit. But you just been seeing some uncharacteristic things from him. He drops a pass against the Saints, and they take him out for 3 or 4 straight series. But he still scores in that game. I just think they get in the red zone, they get near the goal line, near the pay dirt. He's going to be the guy. Now the argument could be made, well, the Pats are really good against the run. What do you think? I think they only let up 7 rushing touchdowns all season. Well, look, Gurley can also catch passes, and Gurley can find himself in the end zone that way as well. Also, the Rams have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL. Patriots haven't seen. This isn't like playing the Jets or the Bills. I mean, this is a good rushing offense. They're going to lean on Gurley, especially as they get closer to the end zone. And I like him to get in the end zone. I mean, I think it's all year. He was minus 300, minus 330 to score. Here you're getting a minus 125 in the biggest game of the year for the Rams. I love it. Love the price. So bang that down at minus 125. Super Bowl bet number 2. Sony Michel to have the most rushing yards in the game at minus 115. Now, when I look at this game, I'm basically thinking, so Sony Michel is versing C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley for this title. I mean, unless something crazy happens where like a wide receiver screen goes for 90 yards, it's going to come down to Sony Michel versus Todd Gurley versus C.J. Anderson. So I'm getting a running back who's getting nearly, a 90% timeshare of the carries for the Patriots. Don't get me wrong, the Patriots use a lot of backs, but it depends on the shift. But James White's really their pass catching back. They kind of mix Burkhead in there a little bit, but definitely would expect Michel to get over 15 touches here, 16, 17. He's seen over 20 in his last 2. It's hard to consistently get that though. He's also scored 5 touchdowns in his last 2 games. So they're leaning on Michel. They're going to lean on that offense, the Patriots, to run the ball. Now, regardless of who you think is going to win the game, if you truly believe the Patriots are going to win, they're going to win by keeping the Rams off the field. They're going to win by establishing long drives, much like they've done all postseason. They did it against the Chargers. They opened up with that huge long drive, and they did it against the Chiefs. They had various long drives against the Chiefs, especially early, and closed them. I expect them to lean on Michel here. Wouldn't surprise me in the least if he goes for another 20 carries, maybe even 80, 90 yards. I just feel like my number for here is I got to get to 70, and Michel has the biggest upside to get there. He's going to have the most touches. So you're getting such a soft number here at minus 115 that to me it's crazy cheap. And I know you could always make the argument, oh well, it's one game. I mean, anything can happen. Of course, anything can happen. But we're playing value here. Ultimately, it's a Super Bowl. You're looking for value where you can find it. Sony Michel to have the most rushing yards. He's going to have the most carries. Game flow dependent. The Patriots are going to have to run the ball to win this game. They're going to have to run the ball a lot to win this game. Keep that offense off the field. On the other side of it, you have a complete timeshare where they're just kind of riding the hot hand. And C.J. Anderson ain't going to rush for more than Sony Michel. The only way I see this losing is if they let Gurley absolutely go off, and out of nowhere they give Gurley 25 touches and he beats him there. But other than that, love this number. Love this price at 115 for Michel to have the most rushing yards in the game. I bet that pretty heavy. Super Bowl bet number 3: the number of Rams to record a rush attempt over 4.5. So basically, you need 4.5 different players to have a rushing attempt in the box score. Now, kind of a wild or strange prop, but here's why I like it. Let's start with what we know. Okay, we know we're going to get 3 carries in this game. Okay, we're going to get one from CJ, going to get one from Gurley, and we're going to get one from Goff. If you don't think Goff runs the ball, well, he actually has a rushing attempt in every single game this season. So he will have a rushing attempt, whether it's a knee, whether it's he slides out for 1 yard. And again, the rushing yards don't matter. They just need the attempt in the box score. So you're going to have 3 right there. So now how do we get to 4? Robert Woods has a carry in 5 straight games. They run these wide receiver sweeps, reverses, and Robert Woods has had a carry in 5 straight games. So I like our chances with getting him another carry, however they do it, whether it's one of those quick sweeps, whether it's a true reverse, whether it's like a flea flicker and then they hand it off, anything crazy. It's the Super Bowl, guys. Crazy shit's going to happen. So you want to bet the crazy shit to happen. Now, I don't think that's all that crazy to think that Robert Woods is going to get a carry, but now we have 4. So again, we're confident Robert Woods is going to get one. He's had a carry in 5 straight. Now we're at 4 people. How do we get over that hump? How do we get the 5th? Well, let me start by saying that the last 2 postseason games for the Rams have both gone over this number, 5 and 6. How'd you get there? Well, the first time, Josh Reynolds had a carry to get you over 6. The second time, Josh Reynolds and Brandon Cooks had a carry to get us to 6, or 5 and then 6. So ultimately, need a carry from one of them. Wouldn't even surprise me if that cuck Sam Hecker, that guy who comes in looking to throw way more often than he should be, wouldn't surprise me in the least if it's a short, like a 4th and 3 punt situation. He like fakes a pass and then he runs for 2 or 3 yards. Again, the amount of yards that he even run for doesn't even matter. We just need it recorded in the box score. That's it. Love this to go over. Again, knowing that I'm going to have 4 anyway, and I just need that one straggler, that one strange, crazy play. And who better to draw up a strange, crazy play in a Super Bowl game than Sean McVay? So, love the Rams rush attempts over 4.5, minus 120. Super Bowl bet number 4 that I like, and this is somewhat of an interesting one. Total sacks in the game is set to 3.5. I like this under. Now, the reason I like it under, first of all, is the price. I'm seeing it at plus 118. I think the longer you wait on this, the better price you're going to get. Do I think it'll move to 4? Probably not. You'll probably just get even better juice than you will. And for me, we're paying for the price here. Now, 3.5, 4 sacks is not a lot of sacks, especially in a Super Bowl. Now, I'm accustomed to seeing this number be 4.5 for Super Bowls for obvious reasons. 3.5, it's such a low number. So why is it so low? You got Aaron Donald on one side. The Patriots have been sacking. The Patriots have 6 sacks in their last 2. I think they have 10 sacks in their last 3. And again, you got Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh on the Rams side. So why is it 3.5, right? It's 3.5 because Tom Brady actually hasn't been sacked this postseason 0 times. They're just the Patriots are drawing up a game plan where they get rid of first of all, they run the ball a lot and they get rid of the ball extremely quickly. So, they're going to neutralize Aaron Donald. Now, will Aaron Donald get a sack or 2? He very well could. Not saying he won't, but I can promise you he's their best player on defense. Belichick takes that away from you. Belichick will have his guys prepared to stop Aaron Donald. And Brady, of course, who better to get rid of the ball as quick as he does. So Brady hasn't been sacked this entire postseason. He's been sacked once in his last 3 games. So then we go over to the Jared Goff and the Rams side. Jared Goff has also been sacked one time in his last 3 games. 2 games where he hasn't even been sacked. So you have 2 quarterbacks that have combined to be sacked twice in 6 total games. This is just a strictly a value play. You got 2 of the better offensive lines in football, 2 of the best offensive minds in football with McDaniels and McVay, and 2 quarterbacks that just get the ball out very quickly. I get the fact that it's a small number, but it's a small number for a reason, guys. It's a small number because both these quarterbacks haven't been taking sacks. And in a dome where weather's not even going to be a concern, this doesn't concern me at all. I actually like the fact that I can get it at 3.5. If your book is giving you even better odds, if you're getting 4.5, take that. Love it. I'd even like heavy juice if I can get 4.5. Again, this would be a bet I would wait for a few days to bet, maybe even bet it Sunday, because look, guys, people are going to log in, look at that number, and be like, "Woof, 3.5 sacks. That's all I need." I'll pound that over. I only need 4 sacks. But remember, guys, we know better. Brady hasn't been taking sacks. Goff hasn't been taking sacks twice in their last 6. Play the under here. Wait to get a better number than you can. But again, right now I'm seeing it at plus 118, which is pretty strong value. Super Bowl bet number 5 for you guys. Wouldn't let you guys leave here without an actual spread pick. Right? We've been giving you spread picks for all these. So spread pick I like here, Rams 2.5. This is practically a coin flip game in every asset. Now, everybody's doing this now pendulum swing back to the Patriots. So Patriots can't win. Patriots suck. Patriots this. Patriots that. Tom Brady's old. Edelman sucks. Gronk's done with. That defense is overrated. They don't sack the quarterback. This era is over for the Patriots, and they wiped the Chargers out, and they looked really good against the Chiefs with 2 monumental comeback drives from Brady. And now, all of a sudden, everybody's on the Patriots bandwagon. Now, I do believe that people on the Patriots bandwagon, because along with the Patriots' impressive victory, the Rams won in a way that they probably shouldn't have won with that blown call by the ref. So you got all these people feeding into this media that the Rams don't even belong here because of that missed call. And then the fact that everybody's now blowing Tom Brady and the Patriots. I'm not saying that the Patriots can't roll here. Of course they could. But this game is a coin flip, and I'm getting 2.5, and I might even get 3 this week. If the media continues this week-long blowjob of the Patriots, this might go to 3. And if this goes to 3, I will absolutely crack it. I see it at plus 2.5 minus 106. It's a good price and a good number. I'm also seeing it drop back to 2 at some places. 3, if it got to 3, it would surprise me because I don't think the sportsbooks know they'll get a lot of money back on the Rams, especially if you were able to get the Patriots at open at pick. So with this in mind, game again, guys, coin flip game. And Brady and the Patriots haven't been all that impressive in their last 5 Super Bowls. I mean, I know it's tough to reference the past, especially older past, but they're 2-3 in their last 5 Super Bowls. You could argue they should be 0-5. They would be 0-5 if the Seahawks remembered that they can run the ball on their opponent's 1-yard line, and if the Falcons could hold a 4-touchdown lead, they would be 0-5. Now, I know that you could play both sides of that equation, but the numbers are what they are. Brady hasn't been very good. The Patriots have been very good at getting to this game. They haven't exactly been very good in this game. And, from a talent perspective or a talent pool, the Rams, pound for pound, are the best team in the NFL from a player pool standpoint. And, going up against the Patriots here, and I'm getting points on a neutral field in a dome. Rams are going to be comfortable playing in a dome. Not going to be cold weather. I like the idea that I can get 2.5 here. And if you can get 3, even better. Again, it's strictly a value play. All these plays are all value and number plays. Patriots could easily roll, but again, I'll take the 2.5. The Rams. Look, let's be honest. The Rams could roll too. Wouldn't surprise me if they did. But again, just strictly playing the value here. Patriots haven't been all that good in these games, and this is a big. The Rams would be a big win for the NFL. Okay, the Rams paid for all these players in the offseason to bolster their roster. Okay. If the Rams were to win this Super Bowl, it would prove to the league that, hey, look, other teams can do this too. It would be great for the players. I mean, think about all the players that will end up getting paid if the Rams were to win the Super Bowl this year, proving that, hey, look, as much as it's a coaches league and the same coaches seem to make it every year, the Rams proved it's not just a coaches league. It's a players league too. Rams paid for a lot of players, and those players came up big. Aaron Donald came up big. Obviously, if Gurley can come up big, Brandon Cooks has been great for them, especially in the postseason. Robert Woods was a great signing from them, from Buffalo. C.J. Anderson out of nowhere has been unbelievable as a fat bowling ball for them in the backfield. So again, just these random signings, and especially with all the money they gave to that secondary for the Rams as well. So just keep in mind, I'm not saying that there's going to be some more bias calls in the Rams' favor. I'm just saying it's a coin flip. Don't let anybody fool you. Rams can very much so win this game easily. I'll take the 2.5, and I'll take my chances there. So to recap the 5 bets, Gurley to score a touchdown, -125. Love the price. Love the usage or the potential usage with the price. Again, he was -330 all year to score. You're getting him at -125 here. Sony Michel, most rushing yards. Again, he is going up against C.J. Anderson, Todd Gurley. It's basically a 2 versus 1 where Michel's getting the bulk of the bell cow type of touches for New England. I'll take that easily at -115. Number of Rams to record a rush attempt over 4.5. Went into why I really like that as well. The total sacks in the game under 3.5. I'm typically used to seeing this at 4.5. You have to start wondering why it is only 3.5. Again, you dig deep into the numbers, you'll find your answer. And I like that under. And the Rams plus 2.5. I got that at -106. Again, if you can find a way to get 3, even better. But ultimately, those wrap up the 5 bets. Again, guys, can't stress this enough. Stay within your means. The Super Bowl is one game. It is a fun game. Have fun with family, friends, whoever you watch it with. And just remember, this is all supposed to be fun. Enjoy yourself. Stay within your financial lane. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely gave you guys a ton of winners. Again, 20-8 over the NFL in the last few weeks. Feel free to comment below any bets you're making for the game, any questions you have. Be happy to answer. Happy to respond. I'm going to try to get the dad to do a video before Super Bowl Sunday as well. Give you some of his plays. And other than that, thanks again for subscribing, and or thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, and good luck in the Super Bowl.